Hi, welcome to Geek in the Family. I'm your host Todd, and this time we're going to do a special read the book and the comic book edition. We're going to be talking about Heinlein's Citizen of the Galaxy. This is published back in the 50s. It's a good story, covers a lot of territory, but we're also going to be talking about the comic book edition. There was a couple of years back, the Heinlein Society, along with a couple guys named Rob Lazaro and Eric Gignac. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, Gignac, got together and adapted the novel to a graphic novel format with some rather lovely artwork in it. And it also got serialized in a 3-part edition from IDW. The storyline, if you've not read Citizen of the Galaxy, it starts off with a young boy named Thorby who's been thrust into slavery on a remote planet of Jubal, and is bought by a crippled beggar named Baslam. Baslam is, if you're familiar with the story, he's a lot more than he seems. He's actually a very intelligent, very well educated operative for the Earth hegemony, trying to find out how to combat slavery and track slavery. And there's 3 issues. The story, the novel, is probably easily split up into 3 sections. The first section being on Jubal, where Thorby is a slave and growing up as learning the trade of a beggar, and also learning a little bit of the spy game. He's helping Baslam gather information that's passed off to other people that take it off planet and send it off to the hegemony, because he's part of a military intelligence operation, and he's operating by himself for the most part. The Baslam eventually gets caught, and he's programmed Thorby through some hypnosis techniques to seek out certain free traders, and he does find one of them. Just happens to happen when Baslam's being arrested. He finds a ship captain from one of the free traders who takes him in and smuggles him off planet at great risk to both himself, his ship, and his family, because the free traders are basically an extended family, and they could have lost everything if they'd gotten caught. But they had to do it. They referred to it as a debt. They pay their debts in full. And when there's a little bit of background story on that we don't find out about until much later. Anyway, Captain Krause is the captain of the ship that takes Thorby in. And one of the commitments he has is to help identify who Thorby actually is, who his family is, and getting back to where he actually belongs. By this time he's probably a middle teenager, like 15, 16 years of age. He spends a couple of years with the traders, learns how to be basically a combat controller. He fires missiles at targets and destroys them, because there's always the act of piracy, which is probably how he came to be a slave, and there's a lot more background on that. Thorby is eventually handed off to a ship of the Earth hegemony guard, and they are able to identify him and find out that he's this heir to this mega corporation that spreads throughout the settled civilized part of the galaxy, and is actually part of a very wealthy family and is very wealthy himself. So he gets back to Earth and has to deal with a rather power-hungry uncle who's been left in control of the corporation for the better part of a couple of decades. And and doesn't want to give up that control. So they're trying to basically force Thorby into surrendering control, and he eventually beats the odds. And I'm giving you a little bit of information here, a little bit of spoiler, but it's a really good tale all the way around. Heinlein, if you're not familiar with Heinlein, did a lot of different societies when he wrote. I mean, this one you got really 4 different societies painted into this one novel of a couple hundred pages, about 300 pages in this edition, and really interesting stuff, and all very diverse cultures. And we get little snippets of other cultures on other planets as we go. This is something Heinlein was really good at, and what makes him an amazing read. And one of the other things that's nice, with their turning this Citizen of the Galaxy into a graphic novel and a comic book, and boy, it's really challenge you to take a roughly 300-page novel and converting it into a graphic novel of about 100 pages, and keep the basic tone and feel and do it justice without losing too much of the story. I mean, that is a hard task to do. They managed to pull it off. They had to make some changes for brevity, because they got to keep it within a certain length, and there is some really, oops, I dropped one of them, some really stunning artwork throughout the story. I'll see if I can grab a few images to incorporate in here, so hopefully I will. And they just did a really good job of adapting it. Artwork is phenomenal. I mean, you get stuff like this, and where you see Jubal, and it's wow. I mean, it's really a scary place to be if you're a slave. And the free traders and their ships. Let's see. Oops, as I dropped one. I wanted to see about. I guess this has probably one of the better pictures of the ships of the free traders. I don't know if you can see that too well in here. It's really good, really stupendous artwork. Good storytelling. Heinlein is, of course, one of my favorite writers, especially in the realm of science fiction. And they are doing another Heinlein novel soon, so it should be out sometime later this year, 2017. They're going to adapt Half Spacesuit Will Travel, which was the first Heinlein novel I ever read. So I'm looking forward to that. And read both. Seriously, if you can get a copy of Citizen of the Galaxy, the novel, just about anywhere, Amazon, you name it. The comic books are readily available as the trade paperback through Amazon and through the Heinlein Society. I'll post a link in the description for where you can get the graphic novel edition and the comic book edition fairly readily, and give them a read. It's a great way. The graphic novel is a great way to introduce younger readers to Heinlein who may never have been exposed to him before. Heinlein was an incredibly popular writer back when I was my daughter's age, in 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, and it's worth reading. So, hope you enjoy this segment. I think that's going to be about it for this time around. So, thank you for watching, and give this a look. We'll see you around. Thank you. Bye.